Hi you guys, welcome back. This is gonna be my second trimester recap. We're here, we've made it. We have finished our second trimester. Oh, I don't even know what to talk about. There are so many things. At the beginning of the second trimester, I was still really sick. In terms of symptoms that I've dealt with in the second trimester, I was still very sick at the beginning. I want to say my nausea lasted up until around 21, 22 weeks-ish. I was still pretty sick. It's been the second half of the second trimester that I haven't really had very many issues with the nausea. My sickness definitely stuck around for a while. I guess my heartburn started kicking in pretty heavy this time in the second trimester. With my first pregnancy, I don't think I really had heartburn issues until the third trimester, but oh my gosh, it got bad. So I'm probably in for it, and I'm probably gonna have some brutal heartburn in the third trimester, but it's been kind of on and off. I've just been taking Prilosec for it, and it's been helping a lot. So I've started having some headaches again. Nothing really too crazy, but I've been having some headaches again, a little bit of a first trimester nostalgia with the headaches. It really hasn't been, no more than 3 to 5 headaches total in the whole second trimester, I would say, so it hasn't been too bad. What other symptoms? Let's see. Oh my goodness. So back pain and stuff like that, the sciatic nerve pain definitely started. That's one of those day by day things. I don't have it all the time, but every once in a while I'll be like, oh my gosh, and it really just feels like my lower back is absolutely killing me. But whenever it's the sciatic nerve, I can definitely tell because it's almost like a shooting pain, and it will go down my leg. I don't know how to describe it, but if you've had sciatic nerve pain, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. But honestly, I got it a lot earlier in my first pregnancy because I was waitressing, so I was lifting stuff a lot. I guess I'm lifting at a 12-month-old almost, but I don't know. I feel like the sciatic pain was worse in my first pregnancy. My back pain is very random. Also, everything has been super random in my second trimester. Nothing has been overly consistent, but for the most part, this is literally me nitpicking and trying to find what symptoms I've had. But overall, day to day, I feel fine. I just feel big. Oh my gosh, I feel big. It's been getting hard to breathe just because I'm so much bigger this time than I was in my last pregnancy. I'll literally show you. I'll try to show you oh yeah, look. I feel huge. And my boobs already sit on my belly, and so it's just I'm very already in the realm of oh, it's hard to breathe, and rolling over in bed is hard, tying my shoes is hard, shaving my legs is hard, anything, picking anything up off the ground, getting into my lifted Jeep, hard. So it's just stuff like that, just the growing belly. But really overall, I've been feeling so good. I've been feeling so happy. This trimester was very much a roller coaster emotionally. At the beginning of the trimester, well, I guess not the beginning, well, more towards the beginning. Whenever I got my anatomy scan in this trimester, we had found out about 2 complications. We have found out about a light spot on baby boy's heart, and we also found out that I had placenta previa. So both of those things absolutely terrified me. If you want to know more about all of that, you can go watch my video opening up about my pregnancy complications. But all of those things have since resolved. My placenta has moved out of the way. I no longer have placenta previa, and when we got an updated scan, baby boy's heart was looking clear. So that whole situation, that whole span of time was a roller coaster of emotions, but ended up all being okay. So ever since really that cleared up, it's just been good. It's just been smooth sailing. It's been lighthearted, it's been fun. Baby G, he moves so much. I don't know if it's just because my placenta is positioned differently than it was in my first pregnancy. I'm pretty sure that it's still technically an anterior placenta, but I feel this baby so much more. I feel well, I know that this baby is bigger than Bentley was at this stage in gestation, but I can feel how much bigger this baby is, and I can feel him spanning my entire stomach. I can feel him moving literally 24/7. I absolutely love it. It's insane. One of the things that I was so sad and bummed about with my first pregnancy was how little I felt movement and how hard it was to see from the outside because of my anterior placenta, because I'm pretty sure with my first pregnancy it was very covering my entire front of my belly. So it was just very limited what I could see and what I could feel, and it also led to a lot of anxiety in my last pregnancy because I constantly felt like I was having reduced fetal movement when really I wasn't. I just couldn't couldn't feel it because of my placenta. But this time I can feel baby boy all the time, and it's amazing, and I've been cherishing and taking it all in because I don't know when I'm gonna be pregnant again, and I don't know if I ever will. So I've just really been trying to cherish everything. I've been trying to document as much as I can, at least like on Instagram and stuff like that. I've been trying to take as many photos as I can, make as many small videos as I can, bump transformation videos, all of that good stuff, because that was just one of the things that I let slip away from me in my first pregnancy, where I just started feeling like shit, or I felt tired, or I felt like I didn't look good. At the end of the day, in 20 years, when our kids are out of the house and living their lives, I'm gonna wanna look back on it. Whether or not I feel like I look like shit in the moment, I'm gonna wanna look back on it. So take the videos, take the photos. Even if you feel crusty, just take the photos and videos, because you can't get that time back. I really don't even know what all to talk about. I'm sitting here editing this video that you're literally watching right now, and I just started getting Braxton Hicks, and it reminded me that I didn't tell you guys that in this little symptoms part, that I have started getting so many Braxton Hicks, like so many Braxton Hicks. And I didn't get Braxton Hicks until like way late in my 3rd trimester with my first pregnancy, so that's been something really weird and wild this time. I've had so many Braxton Hicks, y'all. It's insane. This is another good one to touch on, is cravings in my 2nd trimester. I don't know if I talked about cravings in my 1st trimester recap, but we'll talk about cravings now, because I think cravings come in a little bit later in pregnancy, at least for me. So my cravings this trimester, y'all, I have been so painfully obsessed with the classic grilled chicken wrap from Buffalo Wild Wings. It is so specific, it's so intense. I don't want just any grilled chicken wrap. Like, I can't have it from just anywhere. Like, it has to be Buffalo Wild Wings. It has to be made a specific, perfect way. And I get it, I'll give you the full order, okay? I get a classic grilled chicken wrap with no tomato. I know, but no tomato. And I don't get any like other sauce in it other than ranch. And I usually have to have a little cup of ranch on the side too, to like add extra. You guys, I literally can't explain. It's so good. It's so good. I eat it way more than I should. There was definitely a phase in this trimester where I was eating like 2 of those wraps just back to back. Like, I was eating so much. And if you've been following along on this pregnancy journey, then you know that I had a very hard time with severe weight loss, severe morning sickness, all of that awesome fun stuff. And I have just now started gaining weight. I know some people like get upset about talking about weight numbers, so trigger warning, I'm going to talk about specific weight numbers. But I'm finally up over 135, which has been a goal literally for months. I can't even explain to you, like, dropping under 135 was like not comfortable for me and not healthy for me. And I fought. Like, my goal for so long was like, just get back up above 135, because I was dipping under 130. And I was like, I just really needed to get above 135 for me to feel like I'm on the right track and blah, blah, blah. I felt like that's where I needed to be. And so I've finally surpassed that. I think I'm at like 137 right now or something like that. But it has been months and months and months. And it took a long time of me like shoveling food in my mouth before my body actually started gaining weight, because everything was just going to baby boy, and he was growing and on track and perfect the whole time. I just was not. But I'm finally over 135, which is such a big deal and so amazing. But yes, the grilled chicken wraps are probably a part of that, because I literally have eaten more than anybody should eat in the span of 3 months. It's ridiculous. Like, I've had it so much. Another huge craving that I had, I think it's kind of calmed down now, but it's kind of because I forced it to. Like, I had told myself that I really needed to chill out because all the sugar wasn't good for me, but I talked about this in another video too. I think it was the testing gender wives tales. You know, the nerd clusters, like I'll put a picture on the screen, but the nerd gummy cluster things, dude, I was eating bags of them. Bags. It was bad. I had to stop myself because it was so much sugar. I was giving myself stomach aches. It was bad, but it was so delicious, and I would crave it so intensely. Like, I would literally get grumpy and like have to go get it immediately. Like, it was very intense. I think the only other really big thing that I've craved is cottage cheese. I wouldn't even say that I've craved it. It's not like I've been like, oh my god, like I need cottage cheese right now. But it's been one of those things that, like, I never really ate cottage cheese before, like, just to eat cottage cheese. In this trimester, I've been all over it, and I've been eating a bunch of cottage cheese. And Charles always asks me if I know how cottage cheese is made, and the answer is no, and the answer is I don't want to know. He always teases me with it. He's like, if I tell you how it's made, you're not gonna eat it anymore. And I'm like, then don't tell me, because when you're pregnant and you find stuff that you can eat, that's a win. You don't wanna ruin that. So I don't think I've had really any other cravings. The only other like weird craving, but I don't really think it's been in my second trimester. It's more of a first trimester thing for me, but the smell of onions, like the smell of raw onions is absolutely delicious. I want to bite into an onion like an apple, but I'm obviously not gonna do that because that would be disgusting. But they smell so freaking good. But that is all that I can think of in terms of cravings. I guess the last thing that I'll talk about is second trimester must-haves, things that make the second trimester a lot more comfortable, because the second trimester is when your bump starts to really bump, you know? So for me, an essential has literally been these big bodysuits. Like, these bodysuits are so stretchy, and there are so many different variations of bodysuits. But I highly recommend them because they're so easy to put like different things over them, and you've got a ton of different outfits with it, and it's so comfy and just easy and stretchy and grows with you. I get mine from Forever 21. There's a ton of them on Amazon. They're everywhere, honestly. They're very in right now, but I would definitely recommend those. I would also recommend nightgowns at night. And don't sleep with a bra. Literally, bras are so suffocating when you're pregnant. And then whenever you're postpartum and you're breastfeeding, they can actually make you clog. To have a bra that's like too tight or has underwire, like stuff like that can make your milk ducts clog, which is a whole nother can of worms that we're not gonna get into right now. But invest in nightgowns, like for real, I'm so serious, invest in nightgowns. A lot of people start using a pregnancy pillow around this time. I actually have never bought a pregnancy pillow. I don't know that I would say it's a must-have because I made it through my whole pregnancy without it, and I'm probably not gonna buy one this time. But there are various other things that you can use. Essentially it's just a body pillow, and I did start using a body pillow in my last pregnancy. Haven't gotten there yet, and I don't know that I will, but I don't know. I would definitely say anything that can make your sleep more cozy is very important, because it's so hard to sleep when you're pregnant. It really is. There are so many reasons, and you're waking up to pee, you're waking up from noise, you're waking up from being hungry, whatever. So anything that you can do to make sleeping more comfortable, definitely invest in, because it is worth it. It's definitely worth it. Let me think here. Another essential for the second trimester. Honest to God, I would say in your second trimester to take advantage of the energy that you have. You may not feel like you've got a ton of energy, but it's just gonna keep depleting. So take advantage of that second trimester. Go out and do things. Start doing some baby prep, even though it feels like you've got so much time left. Do some of the things that you're not gonna have the energy to do when you are very heavily pregnant and very over the pregnancy. And these are probably just things that I know because I've been pregnant before. We just started doing a little bit of baby prep, and there's gonna be a lot of videos coming up of like nursery prep and stuff like that, because our boys will be sharing a room. Whenever the new baby is in that room, it'll be months before he's actually in the room with Bentley, but we're preparing the room for it nonetheless, preparing the dresser for both of the boys to share and all of that good stuff. So anything that you can do to start preparing some of the bigger, more difficult things, I would highly recommend doing in the second trimester versus waiting until the third. I waited until I was like 35 weeks or more with Bentley to do everything like that. I think it's been good on my nesting and good on my stress to start thinking about it a little bit earlier this time. So if you have the means, if you have the money, if you have the time, if you have the energy, then I would recommend starting some baby prep early. I guess that's a symptom that I kind of missed, is nesting. Nesting has kicked in. I feel like I need to deep clean everything. I feel like I need to purge everything and declutter everything. And I've just been very eager to start preparing for baby. And I want to go buy a bunch of clothes, and I want to buy a bunch of stuff that we probably don't even need. But I'm just so eager to get things going and ready. So the nesting has definitely started to kick in. I'm sure there will be many clean with me videos coming up in the future, because I'm just gonna be prepping, and it's all just baby prep at the end of the day. I'm trying to think of any other essentials for the second trimester. Oh my gosh, bubble baths. Dude, take freaking bubble baths. They're so good for your muscles. And if you put Epsom salt in, it's just so good for your muscles. The only thing is that you can't have it too hot. The main thing with baths in pregnancy is that you don't want to change your internal body temperature. So that's basically talking hot tub level. That's talking like well over 100 degrees. So just take a reasonably temperatured bath and you'll be fine. But a bubble bath, some Epsom salt, some candles if you're into candles, comfy, cozy vibes, relaxing vibes, settle your body, settle your mind, some one-on-one time with your partner or some one-on-one time with you and your baby. I highly recommend baths. They are so good for me and my mental health, baby. I swear, I love me a good bath. I think that's like honestly it. Like, I don't really have like a whole lot to say because the second trimester is just fun. And it's a lot better, and there's not near as many complaints as I have with like the first trimester, and I'm sure that I'll have with the third. Let me know what kind of stuff you guys want to see coming up with the third trimester. Let me know if you want like a 10-week countdown, like weekly update videos of like, I don't know, just how I'm doing every single week. I just know how the end of pregnancy is and how crazy it is, and who knows when the baby's gonna decide to come, and I think that could be fun. Let me know what you guys want to see coming up for the rest of the pregnancy, because I'm very excited about all of the potential content that I never got to make with Bentley's. I want to know what y'all are interested in, but I hope that you enjoyed my second trimester recap. I'm so grateful for everybody that's been following along and joining us on this journey. Yeah, I hope you relate or learned something or felt comforted or validated in your own experience, and I will see you guys next week.